And as you know, I'm a doctor. So if you live 70 years, then your heart has beat 2.5 billion times. That is a complexity of being human being. If you laid open your blood vessel and join together, it will encircle Earth 4 times. Our circulatory system is 60,000 miles. That is a complexity of human system. In our body, we have got 7 into, if you multiply 7 by 27 zeros, that is the number of atoms in our body. And the number of atoms in our body, they are more than the number of stars you can see in the universe. And the atoms make cells. We have got 43% of the cells which are human. Rest are microbials. Lot of research is going in microbiota, and microbes, they are majority in the gut. The cells become tissue, tissue become organ. If you could see, that is a GI organ system with which I deal in. I do the surgery of esophagus, which is a food pipe, stomach, which is also called pate, small bowel, large bowel, pancreas, gallbladder, and liver. So we as a human, we are very complex, but yet we are very simple. What happened when you look at the virtue of humanity? We need to be compassionate, we need to respect each other, we need to be having a empathy. If you see a sick patient, you need to be empathic to them. And also, you are all students here. If you have a fight with your colleague, you are not going to be happy. Neither will be them. So you need to understand each other and sort out the difference. So the human complexity made me go to the medical school. I went to Maulana Azad Medical College, which is among the most premier institution in the country. Then the reverse happened. We talked about complexity to simplicity. Now it is simplicity to complexity. I went there, became lax. I started enjoying things which I shouldn't be, going out with my friends for eating, Chandni Chowk, Gulati, and started, wasting my times in playing cricket, table tennis, badminton. I represented college in badminton, but I wasn't focused. So I think the problem was I was procrastinating. My message is all of you who are young sitting here, don't delay the task. Don't procrastinate. Be self-regulation, because what happens if you are not regulating yourself, you will have emotional response which will be anxiety, depression, and insecurity. 4 years I went through that period. I was in the last 1/3 of my class rather than the top 1/3. I passed Maulana Azad Medical College, got MBBS. That is where I started reflecting. because that is the time when I had to prepare for my postgraduate exam, and the exam was about a year and a half ago. So, what happened that when you are reflecting, you want to see, you change your mind, you change your thought process. I started working hard. I went to the topper of my batch, my very dear friend, Dr. Naveen Lal. He is a cardiologist in America. I went there a month ago. He gifted me a tie. This is a tie I'm wearing today just to give him and thank him. So I went there. He gave me all his underlined book, which I did the photocopy, read it. In the exam, which was taken by 2 lakh people, I was 79th. And that my dream of doing surgery in Maulana Azad started becoming. It's all about bouncing back from the challenges and the setback, and you start looking positive, and which is very important. That's the same time something happened in surgery. The first laparoscopic surgery was performed in France. It was taking the gallbladder out through a laparoscope. We used to give a big cut. This is through the keyhole. And I got intrigued. I wanted to be a laparoscopic surgeon. I finished my MS from Maulana Azad, did my registrarship in Maulana Azad. Same time, laparoscopic colorectal surgery was also done. I wanted to look forward. I was in Maulana Azad for 12 years. At that time, the Indian healthcare system, it wasn't as good as it is now. Compare our healthcare system anywhere in the world. I have worked in UK for 17 years. I can say we have as good healthcare system now than anywhere else. So I went to England, started from the scratch. I finished my training, was a registrar. I started as a senior house officer. But then I wanted to fulfill my dreams. I was open to change, and I started believing in my own ability. And whatsoever I studied here, I put it forward, did FRCS Glasgow, FRCS Edinburgh, and I joined Sheffield. After Sheffield, I got a training job in Newcastle where I got trained and completed my training. And what happened that after completing in Newcastle, my dream was and the vision was laparoscopic surgery. So I started training in laparoscopic surgery. Leeds was the center of choice, Leeds, and got trained in laparoscopic surgery. I carried on doing various certificate. Once I got trained, I became a consultant. Then I started reflecting again. What somebody taught me, I need to give it back. After doing the adequate numbers, like once you have done 100 cases, you started training the other surgeons. So I became the trainer for the Royal College of Surgeons of England, and we started training. You could see the young guys smiling, getting trained there. So once I started training there, I became a member court of examiner of Royal College of Surgeons of England. And then unexpected thing happened. My father got sick, and I got a call from my mother that father is having a blood vomiting. That is what happened. My emotional thing got disturbed, and then I decided to come back to India, which I never dreamt in my life I will come back because I was very well settled. Gangaram Hospital accepted me. I am thankful and grateful to Dr. Rana, who was the chairman board of management, and we started doing the same thing in Gangaram. The This is our department. We do minimal access, robotic surgery, surgical gastroenterology, liver transplant, and also research and training. Started training a lot of doctors here in India into the advanced laparoscopic surgery. And it is so happy, when you are training all the doctors. Then I started training in the Asia Pacific. I became a governing council member of APAC, which is Asia Pacific Endoscopic Colorectal Surgery. So we started going there, running the courses and training people. And other thing which I thought, that we are training in a course which is 3 days and 5 days. Why don't we have a formal training program? We invited the president of Royal College of Surgeons of England, and we started a training program with Christie's, which is the largest cancer center in Europe. So 1 year they will stay with us, and next year they went to Christie's and they started training. This is the complexity of surgery. And these are the 4 pillars of surgery. If you have a look, that in the surgery, you need to optimize the patient first. Make sure patient is stable during the surgery, and you have steps and sub-steps in your mind when you are performing the surgery. Because what happens is same as aviation industry. If you don't have steps and sub-steps, catastrophe could happen. So one of the pillar is quality assurance, that what you are doing in surgery, it is same anywhere in the world. So this is, we published our results of laparoscopic esophagectomy, and we presented in SAGES in America, and these are the results when we started doing in Gangaram. And these are the patient, you see the happiness. And when you do good surgery, you meet leaders from all over the world, and we discuss about teaching and training. And I think it's the blessing of my parents. I came back, and government honored me with Padma Shri, which I am really humbled. And it is really so good that the nation recognizes you. But it's about the peer also. European Association of Endoscopic Surgery invited me to deliver their 2018 lecture, where I presented about how to minimize the complication. And Association of Laparoscopic Surgery of Great Britain and Ireland, they made me the honorary member. I am the second Indian to do so. And it's all teamwork. This is my secretary's in UK, and this is my whole team in Gangaram. And unless and until you have a teamwork, you cannot be successful. And at present, we don't know what is coming in medicine, but whatsoever come is going to be complex, and you need to make it simple. And that is why the most important person who is going to survive is not the most intelligent, the one who is going to survive, which is most adaptable to change. Thank you very much once again for inviting.